Hi, everyone. Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage for today's business leadership training in 15 minutes. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. And if you're on the replay, I'm happy to have you on there as well. So, what I do is I do these weekly lives in 15 minutes to introduce you with leadership training. And the goal for me is for you to shift your perspective on what you think about business leadership, turn it into a competitive advantage for you, and be able to take one action item away that you could use this week. So today, the topic is people first leadership. And when we think about people first, in leadership, it can be very different than most business owners think about leadership. I've been involved with business owners and helping them for over 20 years. And here's what I see. When many business owners think about traditional leadership, they think about their accomplishments, their value that they bring to their business. That's how they look at it. They look at it from their perspective. They're focusing on their strategy, their goals, the financial performance in their business, and customer satisfaction. So these are all things that help us make a profit, right? Help us with sales and make a profit. They're important things. They're very important things. And it's very common when you start a business that these are the things, of course, that you're focusing on. But the main reason I see people getting stuck here is because when we start businesses, we're the ones that are doing it all. Owners are doing everything. They're wearing so many hats, they have so many roles. But what if we could kind of shift our perspective, our vantage, if you will, and take leadership to a little bit of a higher level? So there's another way of looking at leadership. And this people first leadership really is something where now the leader is focusing also, in addition to the traditional, they're focusing on the growth and the well being of the team members, right? That's what they're doing. They're focusing on the growth and the well being of team members. So, people leaders are ones who are seeking to help people grow as individuals. And the good news is, with the right practices and guidance, you can improve your people leadership skills. So, today I want to go over a few things that really help. These are practices so that anyone can become a people leader if they use these practices. It will really help you. And I want to make sure that you understand that people leadership isn't for any specific role within your organization. This is not strictly for a manager to use or an owner to use or someone who say at the front counter. It's not something that is just for one role. This is something that anyone can use in your organization. They can develop this skill because that's really what it comes down to. It's a skill. So, the first thing that I want to talk about is it's a team first approach. So, when we're thinking about helping these individuals, people leaders put their team before themselves because they realize that a powerful team is one that is aligned and they feel supported. So if we have people that are aligned and they feel supported, that is really a powerful team. And when the team succeeds, the team is the one who gets the credit. And if it fails, the leader is the one that takes the responsibility. Now, for some, I know that's kind of a tough thing to swallow, but the idea here is it's an opportunity to go back to the drawing board and say, what went wrong? What do I need to tweak? What do I need to shift a little bit to make this work? The second thing is we need to set high standards of excellence. So we have to go in and say, what are the expectations that I'm truly looking for? And you want to give people support. You want to let them know that you are a resource to the team to help them to succeed. So a great example would be is you've given someone a job, you've given someone a goal, some type of an outcome, and a question to them would be, do you need help with anything? Are you all set? And they say, yeah, I am. Or no, I'm not sure of this or that. So you want to give them support so that they can run with that and they can succeed. You want to have things in place that they can use and that they can go to so that they're independent. You want to listen and communicate. This is important because it's important to check in with team members on a regular basis as individuals. Understand, get to know them so that you understand what motivates them and align their role in the company and the company goals, align those two things with their own personal goals and accomplishments in their career. So here's a great example of this. Say you realize that someone on your team is considering buying a home. It's a goal of theirs. It's a personal goal, but it's a goal. So now what happens is you can show them how in their career, how certain steps that they can take, whether it's training, education, development, whatever it is, increasing their skill sets will help them achieve that. It could make a big difference in their income and it can help them realize that goal that they have, personal goal of home ownership. So when you tie those two things together, it makes it real for someone. The next thing is to be transparent and commitment and follow through. So you have transparency and you have commitment and follow through. This is when you do what you say, right? And follow through. Be transparent about setbacks because teams want a leader that they can trust. Now, how this can show up in a business when you have a team would be, okay, we're going to have weekly meetings on Fridays. That's something that you said that you would do, and now you have to follow through. But guess what happens as business owners? Life happens, setbacks happen, and maybe there's something that happened on that Friday morning and you weren't able to hold that meeting. Well, you need to be transparent with your team. Hey, team, this is what happened. I need your help on this, but here's what we're going to do. That meeting that I want to have is really important because I need your input on a few things. So we're going to reschedule that meeting for Monday. Now everyone's on the same page. It wasn't like it was put off. It wasn't like it was forgotten. And you were transparent, but you have a commitment to follow through. The next one is provide feedback in real time. Now, things will happen and team members will face challenges just like we will. But when you provide feedback in real time, this is really powerful because what it does is it can help resolve things that are coming up so that people don't get into bad habits. So if something were to happen, if you do not give feedback quickly, you could wait days, you could wait weeks, or you could wait even months. And this can bother you and you can blow it up in your mind to something bigger than it really is. But if you handled it quickly, you could really address an issue right away. And when you provide feedback, there's a couple of things that you want to do. You want to make sure that it's done privately, and you want to make sure that your team and you encourage your team to give you feedback as well. You want to make sure that it's that open door type of thing. and that they can come to you and give you feedback, and you can handle the feedback that they're going to give you. It can't just be one way. So very important that when you are going to give feedback, that you do it privately and that you do it quickly, because otherwise it can develop into things that are really negative for your business. We want to give recognition publicly. Okay? Give public recognition. If a team member did a great job on a project, on a job that they had to do, recognize them in the moment. It reinforces positive behavior, and other team members will look for that as well. The next thing we want to do is we want to remove roadblocks. Sometimes we don't even realize that there are roadblocks in our business, and we want to remove those roadblocks. So we want to look for and ask about barriers that are impacting your team. So a great example would be, okay, here's the goal for today. This is the work that we need to get done. Is there anything that is stopping you? Is anything holding you back today from achieving that? And one person may raise their hand, or they may come to you and say, yes, I need to look up some information. I don't have access to XYZ. Okay, let's show you how to get to that. And you have someone from the team, or you yourself will show them how to access that information. And there will be things. Am I going to get this? This is what I need to complete this job. Will I get this by today? Or is this something that's not going to come in today? I want to know that so I can plan. And then you can say, I'll follow through. Either you yourself or someone on the team will follow through and make sure they have all they need for that job, for them to complete it. So that's a great way for you to be able to remove any roadblocks. And many times it really is a simple thing that you can do to help the team succeed. It doesn't have to be something really huge. It's much easier in most cases and much simpler than we realize. The last thing that I want to go over is tough conversations. This is something that I see a lot of business owners avoid. They avoid it at all costs, and it really does cost the business a lot. It isn't easy, and I understand that, but difficult conversations are part of business. Don't put them off. There are going to be difficult conversations that you'll have to have with people, but you have to view them, or when you view them, as an opportunity to learn. You're going to get better at them, and you'll learn, and the team member will learn. So don't avoid difficult conversations. Realize that they're just part of business. What I like to do is prepare for the conversation when I know I'm going to have a difficult conversation. And there's a process that I go through, but I really take the emotion out of it and I make it matter of fact. So the idea behind today's training is that people first leaders, they actually coach and inspire team members. You're actually guiding them to develop their skills. You're encouraging them. And you want to align team members with a common goal, because team members really do want to be part of something bigger than themselves, and it creates for a great environment. So people first leaders, what they actually do is they're influencing people to be their best. You're influencing people to do their best, to be their best. And that's what really what leadership comes down to, is influencing others. So the high cost of poor leadership, if we're not doing this in our business, is people leaving. It's a high turnover rate. And turnover can be very, very expensive. It could be frustrating to a business owner, and it can lead to lower morale in the company itself, in your business, with your team. So you can actually have team members that you feel are great team members leave your company due to poor leadership. So, I found over the years that many people have tried some of these different things and they've gotten really good results. Don't try to start them all at once. Take one of them away and let me know which one of these works for you, has been working for you, has worked for you. I'd be happy to know in the comments. So this is this week's leadership training in 15 minutes, and I'm happy to have you here, and I look forward to do another training next week. Everyone have an enjoyable day.